Good afternoon, everybody. Today is October 6, 2021. Today our lecture is Vipassanā, part of Purification, Samadhi Nidesa, about the concentration, part 41. So before starting the lecture, we pay respect to the Buddha, say Namo Tassa and 3 times, please. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Thank you very much for your watching. Last week we talking about the 10 kind of upekkha. So yeah, upekkha is very important to understand because Buddha used upekkha in many different conditions. So we have to understand. So this one last week we talking about, but not finished yet. We have to little bit more explanation about these 10 kind of upekkha. So like this in Pali. So Pali studying and Tatra Chalingu Bekhacha. Tatra means in among the 10 kind of upekkha, Tatra. Chalingu Bekhacha. Chalingu Bekha is 6 feather equanimity. Also, Cha means also, and then Brahmaviharu Bekha Cha. Brahmaviharu Bekha Cha also the Brahmavihara equanimity, the Brahmavihara is we talking about last week is kind of the Brahma Vihara is kind of celestial abiding, divine abiding, and then Bojjingu Bekha Cha. Bojjingu Bekha is enlightenment feathers, and then Tatra Majjatu Bekha Cha. Tatra Majjatu Bekha is the beautiful manifests equanimity. So, and then Janubekha. Janubekha is the equanimity in the first, second, third jhana, and Parisuddhibekha. Parisuddhibekha is fourth jhana. In the fourth jhana, the equanimity. So, how many? Chalingu-Bekha 1, Brahmavihara-Bekha 2, Bojjingu-Bekha 3, Tatra-Majjatu-Bekha 4, and then Janu-Bekha 5, and then Parisuddhi-Bekha 6. So these is kind of Ubekha. Atato. Atato means Atato is in the reality, In the reality, it's eka. Eka is here. Eka is not one. Saying. In reality, they are saying. But we mention 6 different names because of the 6 different kind of condition, situation. So that's why in reality is saying, in reality we call Tatra Majatupika. The meaning is equanimity, one of the beautiful manifesta, isn't it? So all are equanimity. Chalengubika, Ramawiyarubika, Bojingubika, Taramajadubika, Janubika, Parisodubika. This is kind of Ubika is in reality beautiful manifesto, Tatra Majadubika, equanimity. So English translation equanimity is not enough for that Pali words. Because Tatra Majadubeka is equanimity, but different kind of equanimity. Chalengubika for Arahant and Buddha, Brahmawiyaripika who practice Brahmawiyara, divine abiding, Bojingubika is so many different kind of different situation, different kind of equanimity. The meaning. They all are equanimity. Chalengubika also equanimity. Brahmawiyaripika also equanimity. Bojingubika also equanimity. Tadra Mijadubika also equanimity. Janubika also. Parisudibika also. All 6 kind of ubika is equanimity, isn't it? But different situation. We already last week we already explained in detail. Chalengubika, what is a Chalengubika, what is a Brahmawiyaripika, isn't it? So that's why here in the reality, Paramattato, Attado means Paramattato, only one, equanimity. Tatra Majatupika. Tatra Majatata. In the beautiful manifesto, we say Tatra Majatata. One kind of beautiful manifesto, isn't it? Okay, so Tena, therefore. No, Tena. Tena, Avothabedena. Tena means this Avothabedena. Beda is different. Beda. Avotha meaning is a different moment. So different moment, different kind or equanimity, different power or equanimity. That meaning. We have to understand that meaning. Different kind of equanimity is working in different dena avothabedena, different moment. Isn't it? Different moment. So that's why. Panesa, Pana Isa. Pana Isa, Tadra Asa, Pana Asa. Pana Asa, Asa is a Tadra Majadupeka. So the Tadra Majadupeka is the different kind at different moment. So a Yambiro. This is a different kind of Chalengubika, different kind of equanimity, Brahmawiyaripika, Bojingubika, the Buddha said different. Yeah. Because they are different moment, isn't it? So Eka Sapi Sato. Eka Sapi means Eka Asapi. Eka Asapi, Eka this kind of the Tatra Machadupeka, equanimity is only one. Sattasa is the pausing, a pausing. Sattasa, a pausing. A pausing, the Buddha used the simile, example, Kumara. So one pausing, but different moment. Kumara is a baby, and then Yuva. Kumara, Yuva. Yuva is the teenager. So different moment, isn't it? Baby, the moment with baby, and the moment the kind of the teenager, like this. And Thera. Thera is the senior monk. Thera. Senapati. Sena is army. Senapati meaning is the general in the army. So one person, but different moment. The Kumara baby moment, and then the teenager moment, and then after that become the monk, and then the senior monk, and all the general in the army, or Raja. Raja is a king. Raja Di was Sena. So etc. Pero different. We are like this. One person, but different, different kind of moment. The baby, the teenager, and then the other different, many different kind developing. Like this. Chalengupeka, Brahmaviyarupeka is a different situation, different moment, different kind of equanimity. Equanimity is equanimity, but I mean the power equanimity is different. The power equanimity is different. Yeah. So Tasama, therefore, Tasu is the kind of upeka. Among the 10 kind of upeka, yatha. Yatha meaning is in the moment of mind. In the moment of mind, Chalengupeka at the time, Chalengupeka is six feather equanimity, isn't it? Six feather equanimity is we seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking. So in those things, equanimity happening in the mind, na tata, in that mind, Bojingupeka Bojingupeka is the enlightenment, feather, equanimity, etc., is not arise at the moment. So equanimity is working only. Equanimity only one manifesta, isn't it? So one manifesta equanimity is working as a Chalengupeka at the time. The other kind of Chalengupeka, other kind of upeka is not working as at the time. So I mean, at the same moment, one time, one moment, one kind of upeka is working. At the time, the other kind of upeka is not working with the mind. So that meaning we have to understand. So yatha vapana bhujingupeka. Yatha means in that mind. Va means another in other way. Va means in other way. Yatha in that mind, Bujingubika, no, enlightenment fetters equanimity is working with the mind. Tata. In that mind, Chalimubikadiyo. Chalimubika, etc., many other kind of ubika, no hondi. Na hondi. Na hondi means not working with that mind. So one moment, one time, one kind of equanimity, Tatra Majadibika is working with the mind. At the time, the other different kind of Ubeka is not working. So that meaning, okay? Vedaba should be known. Okay, so that's why here in my translation like this. Here in six further equanimity, and equanimity as a dividing, equanimity as a anatomy fetters, equanimity as a specific neutrality, equanimity of the jhana, and the purifying equanimity are in one meaning. So the English translation is in one meaning. The atato one meaning is here is in reality. In reality, is equanimity as a specific neutrality meaning is the beautiful mandafeta, isn't it? Only beautiful mandafeta in different situation, different moment, we say sometime Chalingubika for Arahan and Buddha. Sometimes we call Pyamawiyarupika because of we practice the abiding at the time, at the moment. When we practice the Bojinga, at the time, Bojingupika. Yeah. So different moment, different situation, but in reality it's only one. Beautiful manifesta, Tatra Majatata. Equanimity as a specific neutrality. Okay? So their difference, however, is one of position, one of situation, like the different in the single being and single person. Huh? So different moment, we say as a boy, as a girl, or as a youth, as an adult, as a general, as a king, etc., etc. We say like this. But that person only one person, isn't it? But one person, many different moments, we say baby, youth, adult, general, king, etc., etc. We say many different kinds. But person, that person only one. Therefore, these should be understood that equanimity as enlightenment feathers are not found where there is a six feather equanimity, or that six feather equanimity, etc., are not found where there is equanimity as enlightenment feathers. So like this, these different kind of upeka is not working at same moment. And just as these has one meaning, also equanimity about the formation, equanimity about the inside have one meaning. True. So that Pali is later. So that Pali is here. Yatha cheta samathato. Yatha cha eta. Eta sang athato. Cheta samathato means cha eta athato. Eta sang, sorry. Cha eta sang athato. Eki bao. Eki bao means same. Ekibhawa means happening as a same equanimity, tatra mejatata. So etasan means here is a sixth kind of upeka, challenge upeka, tatra mejatupeka, bhajingupeka, the Brahmaviyarupeka, Janupeka, and Parisudipeka. Same. Like this, yatha is similarly. Evo, Sankharupeka, Vipassanupeka nampi. So another group is Sankharupeka and Vipassanupeka is same. We call 10 kind of upeka. So among of them, the sixth kind is same. We already discussed sixth kind: Chalingupeka, Brahmaviyarupeka, Bhajingupeka, Tataramajadupeka, Janupeka, and Parisodipeka. They are same as a Tataramajadata equanimity, as a beautiful manifesta. Okay, and then also another group, Sankharupeka and Vipassanupeka. Sankharupeka and Vipassanupeka also, they are same. They are same. Okay, so panya ewa he meaning is yeah, it is true. Sa meaning is here Sankharupeka and Vipassanupeka. Here sa meaning is these Sankharupeka and Vipassanupeka is panya ewa, only wisdom. Panya means wisdom, ewa means only, isn't it? Only wisdom. Sankharupeka also only wisdom. Vipassanupeka also, Buddha used name like upeka, but actually in reality is wisdom. Panya. They are panya. Sankharupeka also panya. Vipassanupeka also panya. So that's why Sankharupeka, Vipassanupeka is same. Same meaning is same as a wisdom, isn't it? But why Buddha use different names, Sankharupeka and Vipassanupeka? So they are saying like a wisdom. Why Buddha use different names, Sankharupeka and Vipassanupeka? So here explain. Kecha wasena. Oh, kecha, kecha is a function. Kecha wasena, dvida. Dvi means two, da means kind, two kind. Okay? Kecha. According to the function, kecha wasena, according to the function, dvida, bena. Bena is a different. Two kind of different according to the function. Sankharupeka function and Vipassanupeka function is not same, different. But even though they are wisdom, but kecha function is different. That's why Buddha used different kind, different name. Sankharupeka, Vipassanupeka. They are panya in reality. Yeah. So that's why very important. Without understanding like this, man confused. When you read the Dharma and when you listen the Dharma, you think, oh, upeka is all the time saying neutrality. No, not like this. Here Buddha used Sankharupeka, but this is wisdom. Vipassanupeka, this is wisdom, no upeka. Isn't it? So here Buddha is playing with the example to understand more clearly. Isn't it? So yatha hi. So Buddha want to use the example. So yatha hi Purisasa. Purisasa means a person. Sayan. Sayan means in the evening. Sayan Pali is in the evening. Gihan. Gihan is house or at home. Pawaitan, entering. Pawaitan means entering into the house. What kind? Sapan. Sapan means snake. Snake entering into the house in the evening. Ajabada dandan. Dandan is a stick, isn't it? Dandan is a stick. Ajab meaning is goat. Bada meaning is a food. So goat food is a kind of hook like this. So that kind of stick is the fork stick. So to take a snake with a fork, so that kind of stick. A jabara dandam is a fork stick, a stick. Kahedwa, taking. Kahedwa means after taking a person, after taking the first stick, because he saw the snake entering into the house in the evening. So pariyesa manasa. Pariyesa means searching for the snake that is entering into the house. Dan means a snake. Dan means a snake. Sakotake. Chusa kotake. Sorry. Chusa kotake. Chusa kotake is a kind of the container, kind of the something storage. Sorry. Kotake means in the storage. Chuda is a kind of the grain storage. In the grain storage, Nibbana means hiding. The snake is hiding in the grain storage. Deswa. So, the person who's searching for the snake. So he saw snake is hiding in the grain storage. So Saponu ko nodi. Sapo is a snake. Nuko means this is it the snake or not? No means not. Is the snake or not? Our kantasa. No. Our sorry, our lokantasa. Sorry, our lokantasa. Our loka means make a investigate. Our lokantasa. So our lokantasa who make an investigating or this is snake or not. Sawati kataya. Sawati meaning is in the meaning is three kind of mark. Sawati means mark amiyaki mark, three kind of mark. So, you know, some snake in the neck, there is a mark, isn't it? So when we investigate or that one is snake or not, we need to look at these mark on the snake, isn't it? So that kind of thing. Sawati kataya. Taya means three kind of mark. They saw on the net of the snake. Yeah, you know, nebe matikasa. Nebe matikasa means nebe matikasa means no doubt. So ni means no. No doubt, because of the seeing three mark on the snake. Oh, this is snake. So sapo na sapoti wichi nani. So at the time he already saw the three mark on the snake. So no doubt.
What is the three mark?
Huh?
What is the three mark?
Yeah, this meaning. The Buddha said later you is understand why Buddha used three marks example. Huh? Yeah, later. This is the example. Just there's some kind of the snake. There's a mark, maybe one mark or two mark or three mark. The different snake and different kind. But here, why Buddha choose three mark? Later you understand. Okay, just so the person saw the mark on the snake. He had no doubt. Oh, this is snake or not. No investigate. Vichinane means, Vichinane is no investigating. Mijatata hoti. Here, mijatata means ignore. Ignore in the investigating. Because already seeing the three mark on the snake, oh, this is snake. Definitely snake, isn't it? So no doubt and no investigating, ignore the investigating. Ewa mewa. Similarly, this is example. Similarly, okay, but Buddha is playing more that actually here that the Sankharupeka and Vipassanā is what different. The Buddha's trying to explain with the example. So just finish example. The person who want to search the snake, so the first he saw, but before seeing the mark, he has a doubt, this is snake or not. But after investigating, he saw three mark on the snake. Oh, this is snake, not the other thing. So he has no investigating at the time. Yeah, ignore the investigating like this. Yeah. Arada Vipasakasa. Arada Vipasakasa means the person who practice meditation very, very diligently. Arada means Arada Vipasakasa means very strongly virya, diligently practicing the Vipassana inside meditation. So that person Vipassana jnanena with the inside wisdom. Vipassana jnanena. Vipassana jnana is a inside wisdom. Nena means with. With the inside wisdom, lakkhana dayi. Lakkhana is a characteristic. Daya means three. What kind of three kind of characteristic? That's why the Buddha example, in the example, three mark. Understand? Lakkhana, three kind of characteristic means when we practice meditation, nama or rupa, whatever, we practice with these aramana object. So at that time we see mentality or materiality, whatever we see as the three kind of characteristic, impermanent characteristic, nature lakkhana, and suffering characteristic, dukkha lakkhana, and no soul characteristic, anatta lakkhana. Yeah, that's why the Buddha gave the example, three mark. So compare with example and the real. So tilakhane date means seeing. So the person who practice meditation diligently, so that person seeing three kind of characteristic: nature, impermanent, dukkha, suffering, no soul, anatta. So with the inside wisdom, isn't it? Vipassanā jnana. With the inside wisdom. So sankhara at that time, sankhara meaning is no other. Sankhara meaning is a nama and rupa, isn't it? Here sankhara nan meaning is a sankhara nan meaning is a nama and rupa. Materiality, mentality and materiality. Nama and rupa. Nature bhavadi vichinani. Nature bhava is impermanent nature. Impermanent nature, etc., etc. Vichinani means investigating. So nature bhavadi vichinani means investigating for impermanent nature. Mijatata opachati. Mijatata means the kind of the no doubt, like a snake after 3 months saw the 3 months, oh, this is snake. Like this. When we practice meditation, Vipassanā meditation, nama and rupa, so we see nature, dukkha, anatta. So we don't need to investigate, isn't it? So at that time, Tatra Mijatata is working, isn't it? Tatra Mijatata, beautiful manifesta, is working with the inside wisdom, Vipassanā jnana, but Vipassanā jnana is the main. So that's why here, Vipassanupekha is here, no equanimity here is wisdom. Inside wisdom. So again, that kind of ignorance we call Vipassanupekha nama. That kind of equanimity we call Vipassanupekha nama, but not only equanimity. The equanimity is working with the Vipassanā jnana, inside wisdom. So that's why here we call wisdom, not equanimity. Okay? So that's why here the English translation is and just as these have one meaning, also equanimity about formation, Sankharipekha, equanimity about insight, Vipassanupekha has one meaning too. Or they are simply understanding class in these two ways according to the function, like this. Just as the Buddha gave the example, just as a man has seen a snake go into his house in the evening and then has hunted for it with the false stick, and then when he has seen it lying in the grain storage and has looked to discover whether it is actually a snake or not. Make a discover, and then discovering up finished, then by seeing 3 marks on the snake, so he has no more doubt. This is snake or not, he has no more doubt. So there's a neutrality in him about further investigating whether it is snake or not, isn't it? No need, because seeing the mark like this. So true. When a man has begun inside, began inside meaning the practice Vipassanā inside meditation, he see with the inside knowledge or wisdom the 3 kind of characteristics, nature, dukkha, anatta. Clearly he see with the inside wisdom. So at that time, there is a neutrality in him about further investigating the impermanent nature or not. No need. Suffering or not, no so or not, no need, because he see with him already with the inside wisdom, he know that. So that's why the neutrality for the formation and the neutrality is called equanimity about insight, but not equanimity. This is a wisdom. We have to understand. Okay? This is for Vipassanā. Example, Vipassanā and what that person who practice meditation, Vipassana meditation, the happening is similarity, the Buddha explained. And then another one, Sankharupika, isn't it? We have Sankharupika to explain. So what about the Sankharupika? So the Buddha used the example as well. Yatha Pana. Pana is another example. Tassa Purisassa, that person. Tassa Purisassa means that person. Aja Pada Dandina. Ajapada Dandina meaning is the fork stick. Galang. Galang means a family whole. Family whole, the person family whole, the fork stick. Sappan. Sappan means snake. Kedwa. Catch. Catch the snake with the fork stick, strongly holding, and gain tahan iman sappan awitahando. Gain tahan meaning is a gain. Tahan meaning is the tahan. Tahan means tahan. Ahan means eye. Ahan means eye. Iman sabban means this snake. Awitando. Awitando means not, hurting. Not hurting. Yeah. And then Attananja. Attananja means for himself. Attananja. For himself. Imina means the snake. Adansa pendo. The snake. Dansa pendo. Dansa meaning is bite. So snake bite. Means no. So this snake not biting himself, and also this snake not hurting. Gain. What kind of I have to do? Moncheya. Moncheyandi. Moncheya means release. Release a snake. So he thinking, catching with the first stick, and he thinking, I don't want to hurt the snake, and I don't want to this snake bite me to release the snake. So he thinking, Monchana kara mewa. Monchana means to release. Akara, Monchana kara mewa. Akara is the things, the cause. Here akara meaning, akara is many different kind of meaning. Here akara meaning is a cause or condition. That the cause or condition to release that snake. Iwa means only Parisato. Parisato means searching the condition or cause to release the snake without hurting the snake and without biting himself by the snake. Yeah. So Kahani Mujatata Hoti, isn't it? Kahani means he catching the snake and he thinking like this. Mujatata means not hurting the snake and not biting himself by the snake. That two situations. So we call here is Mujatata means in the middle. Not hurting the snake, and then snake also not biting him. Ewa mewa. Similarly, in that example, ya lakhanataya sa. Lakhanataya sa means three kind of the characteristic, nature, dukkha, anatta in the sankhara. Sankhara means nama and rupa, materiality and mentality, or only there is nature, impermanent nature, dukkha, suffering nature, anatta, no soul nature, siya, diktata. Already seen that, aditi, viya. Aditi, viya. Viya means like. Aditi means fire. Burning. Tayo bhawe. Tayo means three. Bhawe, bhava meaning is three life. Three life means kama, bhava, rupa bhava, arupa bhava. These three. That's why here Buddha mentioned Tayo bhawe. Tayo bhawe means three life, kama bhava, sensual world, rupa bhava, five material world, arupa bhava, immaterial world, kama bhava, rupa bhava, arupa bhava. So 31 existence is we call, briefly we call three life, isn't it? Kama bhava is 11 kind, rupa bhava is 26 kind, arupa bhava is 4 kind, altogether 31. 31 existed. We already learned in Abhidhamma. Yeah. So that three life is like Adidiviya, burning. Adidiviya, like burning. Like burning means sometimes loba, greedy, burning, our body and mind. Sometimes dosa, anger, like a burning in our body and mind. Sometimes moha, delusion, burning in our body and mind. So, three life is just nama and rupa, isn't it? Material, the sensual world or five material world or immaterial world or whatever. Just Nama and Rupa. Nama and Rupa is like a burning with the greed, with the anger, delusion, etc., etc. Many kind of the kilesa, mental defilement is burning. So after seeing three kind of anicca, dukkha, anatta, the characteristic, he see three life is like all the time burning with the many kind of mental defilement, kilesa burning. He saw pasado. Pasado meaning he seen sankhara gahani. Sankhara gahani, sankhara is a nama and rupa, isn't it? Sankhara gahani means taking nama rupa, majatata. Majatata meaning is nama rupa is ignore. Ignore is don't want nama rupa. No more again nama rupa. So in that situation, in that moment, that person kind of mijatata, kind of the neutrality. Neutrality is we call sankharupika. Okay, sankharupika nama. So that kind of neutrality is not real, equanimity. Tatra mijatata. Tatra mijatata is working, but in reality, more powerful is wisdom. But the equanimity is supporting the wisdom. So wisdom is not attached to the three life. Yeah. Tatra Majatata means a neutrality, not attached to the three life, not attached to the Nama Rupa, because of seeing like burning, like this. Yeah. So that's why here Sankharupeka is walking like a wisdom. So different moment, isn't it? Different moment. Vipassanā is just practice meditation and seeing Nijja Dukkha Anatta just happening. But Sankharupeka is more strong, wisdom, stronger. So the different function, different function. So different functions, different. If you read the example what the Buddha gave, you see different, little bit different. No, the person saying, the person who's touching the snake, and just he see the three characteristics, he knows that's a snake, no doubt. But here the person is already catch snake, but that snake not hiding the snake, and snake bite him, not so not to bite the snake and then not to hitting the snake. That situation he make like this, trying to release the snake without neither hurting the snake and without biting the snake, bind the snake to him. So that situation, a little bit different situation. So that's why the Buddha used that example. Okay. So here English translation, but just as when a man has catch already hold of the snake securely with a forked stick and think, how shall I get rid of the snake without hurting the snake or without getting bitten by it? He has to do very, very, very carefully, isn't it? Very, very carefully. Something he make a wrong, maybe snake bite him, or maybe something he make around, maybe he had the snake, isn't it? Yeah. So that situation, he need to be careful with the neutrality or equanimity, isn't it? So like this, he is just seeing only the way to get it out it, get rid of the snake. There is a neutrality in him about the catching the whole it, not to hurting and not to biting by it. So similarly in the example, a man practice meditation through seeking the three characteristics and then see the three kind of becoming. Becoming is a power. Here English translation of becoming power. The opposite in Pali. Three kind of becoming as if burning. As if burning is a just translation that the artist did. The meaning is, the other thing is not burning. The burning meaning is a kilesa, mental defilements all the time, every single moment burning, sometimes greedy, sometimes angry, like this, etc., etc. So there is a neutrality in him about catching hold of the formation, and that neutrality is called equanimity about the formation, Sankharupika. Okay, so the Sankharupika is not neutrality. In reality is wisdom, but neutrality is working with the wisdom at the time. You can look at the example. The neutrality is very important at the time. Not without hurting the snake and then without getting bitten by the snake to him. So this situation very very careful, and neutrality is very important at the time. Like this. So when he already see three kind of characteristics, he know all life is just nama and rupa. Nama rupa is like a burning. So three life is kind of the burning. So he don't want to no more life. That meaning. Okay. Okay. And then iti Vipassanupekha, Pali explain like this. Iti Vipassanupekaya Saidiya. Sankharupekha pi Saidawa Hodi. Iti is like this. Iti means like this. Like this means already explained with the example. Vipassanupekaya means Vipassanupekaya Saidiya means if there is a Vipassanupekha, Sankharupekha pi Saida Hodi means Sankharupekha also established. So imina panesa vichinana katkanesu. So imina means with this kind of function. Panesa, pana, esa means wisdom. Esa panya. Esa panya means these wisdom. Wisdom is Sankharupekha and Vipassanupekha. The wisdom. Vichinana. Vichinana is kind of the investigating, and kahane. Kahana is very difficult to the kahana meaning is kind of the attachment. Kahana. So three Buddha, Son Sutta Buddha explained three kind of kahana, Deiti kahana, Tanna kahana, Mana, Tanna, Mana, Deiti. Deiti kahana, Tanna kahana. That means that the loba, the attachment around you, and then conceit. So here Vichinana Gecha is for example in the Vipassanā Upekkha, and Gahana is when we see the three life is like a bunny, he don't want. He has no attach in the life. So that meaning Vichinana Kahane Su. Okay? Investigating means this is impermanent nature or no, this is a suffering or no, this is a no soul or no, that kind of investigating with the Vipassanā Upekkha, isn't it? And then for the Sankhara Upekkha is no doubt, and all seeing these three characteristics, and then life is a balance, so no more, no attachment, life. So that kind of thing. Tatara Machata Sankhatena Kaichena. Yeah. So Tatara Machata, neutrality. We call neutrality. Neutrality meaning is no need, no further investigating. Just mind is a neutrality. No more investigating, isn't it? And then Sankhara Upekkha also no more attachment, no more getting the three life. That kind of neutrality is we call Majjata Sankhatena Kaichena. Kaicha is a function. Duida Benadi. Two different kind. Duida, Bena is a different. Duida is a two kind. So two kind of differences. Two kind of differences like this. We have to understand with the example, isn't it? And then we go to the next group, another group, not finished yet. 10 kind of Upekkha is not finished yet. Six group, and then two kind of group. So already we explained 8 kind of. Another two we have to explain, isn't it? Another two is a and Vedanupekha, isn't it? So here Buddha continues. Vidyupekha pana, Vedanupekha cha. So Vidyupekha is a Vidya. Vedanupekha is a kind of the feeling, neutral feeling, isn't it? So Vidya and neutral feeling also. Enya manyan cha. Awasi sahi. Cha. Atato. Bena ewadi. Different. Vidyupekha and Vedanupekha. So Inya Minya and Chamin is each other. These two kind of upekha, Vidyupekha and Vedanupekha, each other. Awasi sabi. Awasi sabi means the remaining 8 kind of upekha also. Atado. In reality, Bena ewa different. Vidyupekha is different. Vedanupekha also different. Because Vidyupekha is just Vidya is in middle way, not too high, not too low. The Vidya is equanimity and balancing. So balancing Vidya we call Vidupika. And Vedanupika is just neutral feeling. So these are different. These are each other different. Also, these are different with the other kind of upeka also. So the meaning. Okay, so that's why here English translation. One, that equanimity about insight is established. Equanimity about the formation is established too. So, but it is divided into two in this way according to the function. In other words, according to the neutrality about the investigating and about the catching hold. Like this. And then equanimity or the energy, Vidupika, and equanimity as a feeling, Vedanupika, are different, both from each other and from the rest. From the rest means from the remaining 8 kind of upeka. Okay. So here many discussion about the kind of upeka to understand because very important. Yeah. Without understanding the different kind of upeka, 10 kind of upeka, we were confused when we are learning the Dharma. So that's why here Buddha explained 10 kind of upeka like this. Okay, so we go to the here explain about the Janupeka. So Buddha said like this. Iti in this way, imasu upekasu. Imasu upekasu means in these 10 kind of upeka, Janupeka, Ada Dipeda. Ada Dipeda means you need to take Janupeka here. Not all, not 10 kind. Here jhana in the jhana, that jhana is upeka meaning here is a Janupeka. Sa, that kind of Janupeka, Vichata Lakhana. That kind of Janupeka has a characteristic. That characteristic is Michata. Michata meaning is in the balancing situation. Michata. Michata means balancing or neutrality situation, and Anaboga rasa. Rasa is a function. The function is Anaboga means not aboga. Not aboga. Aboga is attention, make attention. Anaboga means no attention. No attention with the kind of Sankara, Namarupa, like this. And then Abhyapara, Pichupatana. So Pichupatana is kind of manifestation. Manifestation meaning is the person who practice meditation, that person seeing with the wisdom eye like this. Abhyapara. Abhyapara means no no effort, no more effort. Abhyapara. Vyapara is effort. Abhyapara means no more effort. So mind is balancing all kind of manifestors working their function, not too strong, not too low. So the stability of mind is very good at the time. No vyapara, no effort, no need effort, isn't it? Because mind is so stable. If you make effort, mind stability is broken. So that's why. Here the meditator understanding or at the time the kind of upekha and that kind of janupekha is working no effort, no more effort. And then piti viraga Bhadatthana. So Bhadatthana is a very close cause. Bhadatthana. So piti viraga is no like piti. Yeah, in the that jhana is no like piti. That jhana is piti is a kind of the disturb in the stability of mind because of piti is a little bit something like something. So that's why. So in Janubekha is the characteristic, these function, these kind of manifestation, and the very close condition. Explain like this. So itaha, aha. Itaha meaning itaha, aha. Ita means in this explanation, aha, somebody complain. In this explanation, somebody complain. Nanu means kind of the question, make a question. Pali all the time, nanu. So complain question like the nanu. Chaya matato, isn't it? Chaya matato means cha ayan atato. So ayan meaning is a janupeka. Here janupeka, isn't it? Ayan meaning is a janupeka. So janupeka is the atato means in reality tatra mijatupeka hoti. Tatra mijatupeka means equanimity. The tatra mijatata, beautiful manifesta. So Tatra Mijatata is walking in beautiful mind. Beautiful mind means the first jhana also, second jhana also, third jhana also, fourth jhana also, all kind of jhana. All kind of jhana chitta is beautiful mind. So with the beautiful mind feta, Tatra Mijatata is walking. So that's why that person complain here. Sa, that kind of tatra majatata, patama dutiya jhane subi. In the first jhana also, in the second jhana also, ati. There is an equanimity, tatra majatata is working with first jhana also, second jhana also. Why? Here in the third jhana, saying like this. Tasama, therefore, tatrapi upekakocha viharaditi. So tatrapi meaning is in that first jhana and second jhana also. Tatrapi meaning is in the first jhana and second jhana also. Upekakocha viharaditi evam ayan vodava siya. Whatever meaning should be say, should be talk like this. In the first jhana also upeka kocha we already because there is a tatra mijatata in the first jhana. Second jhana also Buddha should be used Ubakako in the second jhana also, because second jhana is working with the Tatra Mijatata. So why Buddha used in the third jhana only? Buddha didn't use in the first jhana and second jhana. Only third jhana called Javirati. So that person don't like the usage Upakako Javirati in only third jhana. So he complained like this. So Aparibhyatani Tassa Atha Kejan Vitakadihi Abhina Bhutata. Aparibhyatani meaning is the Aparibhyata is not very obvious. Aparibhyata means he is no meaning. Aparibhyata meaning is no obvious. Tassa meaning is that kind of janupika. So janupika in the first jhana and second jhana, not obvious. Not obvious means not very powerful. So Tatha in that first jhana and second jhana, Kecha. Kecha Vitaka Dihi. Vitaka Dihi means Vitaka and Vichara. Yeah. Vitaka and Vichara, the thought, two kind of thought, Abhibhutata. Abhibhutata meaning is disturbed or overcome, overpower. The Vitaka Vichara is overpower to the Janupika. So that's why Janupika is not very powerful. Vitaka Vichara is working. So thought is kind of the instability of the mind. So Janupika is not very well, very powerful. That means Paribhyata meaning is not very obvious. Meaning is not very powerful in the first jhana and second jhana, because first jhana and second jhana there is Vitaka and Vichara. Vitaka Vichara is disturb the Janupika not to perform his function properly, because they disturb again and again many times. So Janupika is not very powerful at the time. That's why Buddha didn't use Ubekako Viharati in the first jhana and second jhana. Actually, Janupika, there's a Janupika, but Janupika is not very powerful. That's why Buddha didn't use in the first jhana and second jhana Ubekako Viharati. No use. No use this statement. Yeah. Only third jhana is there's no Vitaka, no Vichara. So that's why no disturb for the Janupika. So is very powerful, isn't it? Very, very powerful at the time. So that's why. And only in the third jhana, Buddha used Upekako Viharati. Upekako means a Janupika. Okay? Upekako means a Janupika. So that's why. Ida means in the third jhana. Ayan, the Janupika, Vitaka Vichara Pitihi. Initial thought, sustained thought, and piti, joy or happiness, and nabi buddhata. Nabi buddhata means no disturb. No disturb by the vitaka, no disturb by the vichara, no disturb by the piti. So that's why. Okita si sira viya. Okita means Okita means siya is head. Okita means up the head. Like up the head. Huh? Hudwa happening. Yeah. Paribhyata kecha jata. Paribhyata kecha means the Janupika equanimity or neutrality function is very powerful at the time. Very, very powerful at the time because of no disturbance. That's a man. Therefore, in the third jhana only, Buddha means Buddha talk only these statements. Upekako chavirati. Upekako means here we need to understand Janupika. Okay, Janupika. So, Netita upekako chavirati di itasa. Netita means finish. Upekako chavirati di itasa means in that statement, upekako chavirati statement, sabaso or atawanana. Then the explanation or the meaning is finished. Okay, so that's why here English translation. So of these kind of equanimity, it is equanimity of a jhana. That is in term here. That is we need to mention here in the upekako. So the Janupika upekako has the characteristic of the neutrality. Its function is to be unconcerned. It's manifested as an interested. Its proximate cause is the fading away or happiness, piti. So here is maybe said it's not simply equanimity, it's a specific neutrality in the meaning. And that exists in the first and second jhana as well. The Janupika equanimity. So this clause, Upekako chavirati, he dwell in the equanimity, ought to be state or those also. Those meaning the first jhana and second jhana also. The person complain. Why it is not? Person made a complaint. So it may be reply, it may be answer like this, because its function is an evident. An evident means not very powerful. Their thing is overshadowed or overwhelmed by an applying thought and then sustained thought and then happiness, pity, the rest. So, but it's appear here with the quite evident function in the third jhana with the head erect. As there were, because it's not overshadowed or overwhelmed by an applying thought, sustained thought, and happiness. So that's why it is stated here only upekako chavirati. Okay, so the commentary in the meaning of the clause upekako chavirati, he dwell in equanimity, is the complete in all aspects. It's finished explanation. Okay, so we finished the third jhana explanation. So we go to the Next one. Upakagoja already after that. What kind of explanations? Idana, Idani, right now. Satoja, Samajano di ita. So Upakagoja already Satoja, Samajano, Buddha mentioned like this. Huh? That statement, Buddha used Satoja Samajano. Sato meaning is mindfulness. Also, Satoja, mindfulness also, Samajanoja, wisdom also. Buddha said, isn't it? So in that statement, now, Saradidi Sato. So the Buddha tried to explain that Sato, Sati meaning is Saradi. Saradi means remember. Saradi. Remember, so that's why we call Sato, Sati. And then Sambhajanatiti. Sambhajano. Yeah. Sambhajano, wisdom means Sambhajanatiti. San, very well. San means very well, means rightly. San, pa means in various kind. Janati means knowing. So rightly, various kind knowing, rightly. That one we call samajano. So that's wisdom, isn't it? So the Buddha trying to explain samajano means sampajanati. Sam means rightly, pa means various kind, janati means knowing. Yeah. So that meaning the Buddha explained. And then Pokalena. Satija Sambajananja Hodan. Pokalena means according to the person. So the Buddha said that person has mindfulness and that person has wisdom. Buddha said, Satija Samajano meaning is not only sati, not only wisdom. The person who has sati and wisdom, so that meaning the Buddha mentioned here. Sato cha samajano. Okay? Okay. So tatha. Tatha meaning is these two sati and samajana. Sarana lakhana sati. So lakhana is a characteristic. Sarana is the remembrance characteristic. The sati has a remembrance characteristic. The characteristic of the mindfulness is remember. And then asamusana rasa. Rasa is a function. So the function of mindfulness is asamusana. Asamusana means a no forgot. Samusana means forgetting. So asamusana means a no forgetting. No forgetting. The function is a function. And then araka pichupatana. So manifestation in the mind or the meditator. In the mind or the meditator, manifestation of the mindfulness is araka. Araka means a protection. Kind of the protection. Yeah, mindfulness is kind of the protection. Okay, and then asamoha lakhana sambhajanya. Sambhajanya means wisdom, sambhajanya, sambhajana. Sambhajana means sambhajana and sambhajanya meaning the same. So sambhajanya is a wisdom. Here wisdom has a characteristic. That characteristic is asamoha. Asamoha. Lakkhana. Lakkhana is a characteristic. So the characteristic of wisdom is asamoha. No delusion, isn't it? So samoha is a more like a samoha, moha is the same. Huh? So means no delusion. And tirana rasa. So the function of the wisdom, the inside wisdom is tirana. Tirana meaning is tirana is overcoming the doubt. Overcoming the doubt, the removing the doubt. Tirana rasa. The function of the wisdom is removing the doubt. Yeah, if there is a wisdom, we see the truth, so we have no doubt, isn't it? That means tirana. Tirana means Pali tirana is reaching the other shore. So when you cross the river from the one shore to another shore, you cross. You cross. So when you reach another shore, you beyond the other shore. So that kind of meaning tirana. Tirana means that meaning is over or beyond the doubt. Yeah. And then Pawijaya. Pawijaya Pachupatana. Pawijaya. Pawijaya is Vijaya is investigating. Vipassanā is kind of the meditator mind knowing like this, but so the investigating. Yeah, wisdom is like make a investigating, isn't it? This is permanent or impermanent. This is suffering or not suffering. This is no so or so. So make a like investigating, like that kind of meaning is pawijaya. Pawijaya. Investigate. Okay, so that's why here in the translation. Now, as to the mindful and fully aware, here he remember sarati. Remember is sarati, so thus he is mindful. Sati, satta, sati. He has a full awareness, samajjanati, thus he has a fully aware samajjana. So this is a mindfulness and full awareness stage as personal attribute. Personal attribute means that Buddha want to explain that person has the two kind, mindfulness and fully awareness. Okay, so mindfulness has a characteristic of the remembering. Mindfulness function is not to forget. Mindfulness is manifested as a guarding or protection. Yeah. And then full awareness or wisdom has a characteristic of non-confusion. Its function is to investigate or judge, and it is manifested as a scrutiny, like this. Pawijaya. Okay, so that's why Buddha says Sadoja Samajjano here. So the Pali continue explaining Sadoja Samajjano here. Buddha Yuttatha Kenjabi Ida Sati Sambhajinya. Tatha means in the jhana. Idam sati sambhajanya. This mindfulness and wisdom Purimachani Supi Ati. Purima is a previous. Jhanisu means jhana. Previous jhana means first jhana and second jhana, isn't it? Before that jhana, so first jhana and second jhana is a previous jhana. So Purimachani Supi Ati. There is mindfulness and wisdom in the previous jhana, first and second jhana also. Why Buddha use here sati and samajana, sato and samajano? He complained like this because he doesn't know. So that's why he explained the answer. Mutta satisa. He is it is true. Mota sati means no sati, no mindfulness. Mota means mota is not having. Mota means not having. Sati means the mindfulness. So the person who has no mindfulness, asambhajanasa, no wisdom. The person who knows wisdom and the person who has no mindfulness, upachara mattambi. Upachara mattambi means upachara jhana. Assess concentration. Only. Assess concentration only, not sambhajati. Not successful. Yeah. Yeah, it's a true. If there's a no mindfulness and there's a no wisdom, so that person is not successful the assess concentration. Even though assess concentration is not successful. Bhagawa apana. Bhagawa apana. Apana is absorption concentration. Absorption concentration is we have no truth. We have nothing to say about the absorption concentration because assess concentration is not successful. How he will get the absorption concentration? That meaning. Okay, so olarikata pana tesan janana. Tesan janana means these two jhana, first jhana and second jhana. In the first jhana and second jhana, orarikata. Orarikata means the jhana factors. The very orarika is a very rough. Yeah, because of the vitaka and vichara. Vitaka and vichara, isn't it? So bhumi and viya. Bhumiya means on the ground. Viya is Viya is later, okay? Bhumiya in the ground, Purisasa. Purisasa means person. Kati. Kati means going. Sukha hoti. Yeah. Sukha hoti means very easy going. On the ground, the going is easy. Like this. Chittasa, the person who who attain the first jhana and second jhana. So that person chitta mind gati going is sukha hodi. Very easy. So tatha in that jhana meaning is first jhana and second jhana. Sati sambhajinya kaijan. So sati mindfulness function and sambhajinya wisdom function. Abhyadam means not obvious. So sati and sambhajinya, the mindfulness and wisdom is that abhyadam meaning is not very powerful. No obvious meaning and no evidence meaning is not very powerful at the time. There is still mindfulness and wisdom in the first jhana and second jhana, but not equal in that jhana mindfulness and wisdom more higher. That's meaning. So Olari kinga hanina pana. Olari kinga means a rough jhana. Pahana means moving. So the meaning is removing the vitaka and vichara, piti, like this. So sukkumata. Sukkumata is very gentle. Sukkuma is very gentle. So in the third jhana, very rough, the jhana fetters removed. So in the third jhana fetter is very gentle. Very gentle. So imasa jhanasa. In the imasa jhanasa means in the third jhana. Purisasa, the pausing. Kurada Ryan. Wiya. Kurada Ranwiya means Kura meaning is the kind of the very sharp knife. On the very sharp knife, the person very careful, isn't it? Yeah, like this. Sati sambhajinya kecha parigahita ewa. So sati and sambhajinya holding chittasa, mind. So that person in the third jhana, sati sambhajinya is taking the mind. That meaning is mind is working with very powerful mindfulness and wisdom. That meaning at the time in the third jhana. So gati going. Chittasa gati means mind consciousness going, the process of consciousness. Yeah, ichita badi. Require meaning idewa udan. That's why only in the third jhana Buddha said sato ja samajano. The meaning is even though first jhana and second jhana there's mindfulness and wisdom, but that mindfulness and wisdom not very powerful because jhana fetter is very rough, vitaka vichara is very disturbed. But in the third jhana, no vitaka vichara and piti. So at that time, sati and samajanya is take a power and working with that jhana mind consciousness. So that's why Buddha mentioned that meaning. And only that jhana, sato ja samjano. Okay? So many discussion Many complain question here. Okay, so that's why here English translation here in although this mindfulness and a fully aware wisdom exists in the earlier jhana meaning first jhana and second jhana as well. So for one who is forgetful and who has not fully aware, does not take even access concentration, let alone absorption concentration. No need to say about absorption concentration. Yeah. So because of the comparative grossness of those jhanas, the mind is going easy, like that man on the level ground. Hmm? So the man walking on the level ground, very easy, like this. In the first jhana and second jhana is like this. So no need special power, mindfulness, and wisdom. Wisdom. Yeah. Sati and samjanya, isn't it? So the function of mindfulness and then fully awareness are not evidence in them, not very obvious in them. They are still in those jhana, mindfulness and wisdom, but not very powerful. Okay, but it is only stay here. Stay here means in the third jhana because the subtlety of this jhana. So jhana factor is very subtle. So which is due to the abandoning of the gross factors, like vitaka, vichara, piti. So require that mind is going always include the function of mindfulness and fully awareness. That means very cautious, very cautious. So mindfulness and fully awareness we need more powerful. So like the Buddha gave the example, a man on the razor edge. So razor very sharp knife, on the very sharp knife, man walking very careful. Without mindfulness, cut like this. That example, like this. So that's why in the Tajana, the Buddha said, the Satocha Sambhajano, like this. Okay? Okay, so keep on explain the thing in Pali here. Kencha Benyo. Kencha Benyo means beyond that explanation. The Buddha want to more explanation. Beyond that explanation, yatha. Yeah, give the example, give the similar, another similar as well. Denu Bako. Denu meaning is the milk from the mother, which all baby cow. Which all means a baby cow. So baby cow is not need the mother milk. So denu to. Denu to means from the mother. So denu is the mother cow. So from the mother cow, apanido. Apanido means the keep away, and then arakia mano. Rakia means the guarding. Arakia means no guarding, no protection. So removing and no protection from the mother, the cow. So baby cow, what happened? Puna dewa. Puna dewa means Puna is again. Puna ewa. Again, Dino meaning is to the mother cow. Upagachati. Upagachati means approach. Yeah, approach to the approach again to the mother cow, isn't it? So baby cow is cannot stand alone without protection the mother. Huh? Yeah, that's why baby cow need to approach to the mother only, not the other. So ewa mida, ewon ida, ewon like this, ewon like this. That kind of example. Ida means in the third jhana, tatiya jhana sukha. Hmm? Tatiya jhana sukha means idan tatiya jhana sukha. Yeah. In the third jhana, bliss. Sukha is a bliss. In the third jhana bliss, piti to. Piti to means from the happiness. Piti to, from the happiness, apanita. Apanita means removing the happiness. Huh? So in the third jhana is removing happiness. Mostly sukha and happiness is together, isn't it? In the Abhidhamma we learning. But here in the third jhana, piti is removing. So sukha is how? Who protests? Like a baby cow. Baby cow removed from the mother cow. So no protection. So baby cow need to approach to the mother cow like this. Piti removing in the third jhana. So sukha is how happen. So here Buddha explained like this. Then that kind of sukha, sati sambajinya rakhina. Sati and sambajinya make a protection the sukha in the third jhana. Mindfulness and the wisdom is make a protection for the bliss in the third jhana, sukha. Okay? Arakhi mana. Arakhiyaman. Arakhiyaman means if the sati and mindfulness and wisdom is not protection, unadeva, again, beating to the happiness, upagacheya, approach. Like a baby cow, isn't it? Like a baby cow. So that's what. Sati and Samjanya here more powerful and protection. Yeah. So the meaning. Piti Samba Yota Mewa Siya. So the that jhana is approach to the PD. So PD is walk samyukta means together, working together with the PD, isn't it? But actually not like this. In the third jhana, no PD. So that's why he is explained. Sukhepi, Sukhewapi, Satta, Sarijandi. Sukhe means in bliss. Sukhewapi. In the bliss, Satta means a living being. So mostly living being, Sarijati means like very much. Satta, living being like very much the bliss, Sukha. Yeah, all living being trying to do something because of to get the Sukha, bliss. So idencha adi madura Sukha. Idincha means in that jhana, Adimadura means um, very tasteful. Adimadura, very tasteful. Adimadura, very, very tasteful, very good. Sukha, flakes, very tasteful flakes in the Tajana. So, Tato, from there, Pran, Sukha Bhava. From that means from that Tajana, more than flakes, nothing. No more than flakes, nothing. Sukha is the highest Sukha in the Tajana. That means the highest place. No more the other. So, Sati Sambhajanya Nubhavena. Sati Sambhajanya Nubhavena. Anubhavena means the power. The power of mindfulness and wisdom. Panita, Pana Eta means in that jhana, Sukhe, plagues, Asaricadi, Hodi. No attachment. No attachment in the plagues. Because of Sati and Sambhajanya make not to attach. Because attach the plagues, no, the jhana is destroyed. So that's why. No inyatadi. Iman bi atha visesan dasitung idamewa mautandi. Veditavan should be known like this. Here, only in the Tajana, Buddha said Sato Jasamjano, not the other first jhana and second jhana. Okay? So that's why here, English translation, what is more explanation? Just as a calf means a baby cow, that follow the mother cow, return to the cow, one taken away from her mother, if not prevented. So too, one day that jhana is led away from the happiness, piti. So it would be returned to the happiness, if not prevented by mindfulness and full awareness, wisdom. So it would rejoin happiness, so it's not become a tajana. So, and besides the being are very greedy for the bliss, for the sukha, bliss. So this kind of bliss is extremely sweet, very tasteful in the tajana. So since there is a none greater, the other, more than the kind of bliss, but here there is a non-grief for the bliss owing to the influence of the mindfulness and the full awareness, not for other reasons. So that's why it should be understood that is stated only here in the Tajana in order to emphasize this meaning. Sato cha samachano Buddha used in the Tajana only, not first jhana and second jhana. Okay? Okay, so I think we'll stop here today. So many explanation what the Buddha used or was. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, it's a very, very good explanation to understand the nature of the Tajana. The situation of Tajana mind is all working in our mental state. So that's why here explain. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for watching. So the more you understand like this, the more when you practice meditation, you understand the situation or the meditated mind, what happened at the time, and what need to do. So something like that. Yeah, we have to maintain and we have to make a progressive practice. Okay, so we before stop the lecture, we wish Buddha teachings staying longer and longer. Buddha Sasana Chidandita 2 and 3 times, please. Buddha Sasana Chidandita 2. Buddha Sasana Chidandita 2. Buddha Sasana Chidandita 2. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idame punyam aswakayam van hodu. Idame punyam nippanasa pachayo hodu. Idame punyam magapala nyanasa pachayo hodu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much for your watching. Thank you. See you next week. Have a good day. Bye-bye.